Technology, you gotta love it. That's what I say.
Yeah, when it works, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. I want to open the county government committee meeting for April. First up tonight will be planning. Patrice.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I just have one one resolution request. It's to appoint the Gallatin representative to the Environmental Management Council. Her name is Carol Smiley. It's for a 2-year term.
I'll move it, Morel.
I'll second Patsy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Take care, Patricia.
We have
Thank
board
you.
issues, I think Kelly.
Kelly and Ken.
Kelly or Ken?
Yes.
Yep.
So our first financial resolution is to purchase 50 Dominion voting machines. This is a budgeted expense. We knew this was coming. We were unable to produce the ballot that the state guidance was for last in the November election. We had to choose between having it look the way it was supposed to look or having the ballot marking device work like it was supposed to. And so we chose to make the ballot look like it was supposed to, and the ballot marking device was a little off, and we actually had someone use it that noticed right away and was very unhappy with that. So they're no longer.
I think we lost her.
Yeah, she froze. Anybody want to make a motion?
I was gonna say we need a motion then.
I'm here if you have any questions.
Yeah, I will say that it was budgeted. We had accounted for this in the 2021 budget, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, that the bids came in lower than what we actually budgeted.
I actually don't know the answer to that question.
Okay,
But I think it was off of, a state approved bid. These things are all done statewide. So it wasn't like, we weren't starting from scratch here.
What is the price? I didn't see the figure.
Kelly has the specific documentation there. They run around $11,000, I believe, per.
I
mean, it's just.
Yes,
They
the
really
cost
aren't.
of the machines is $539,700.
Was that under budget, Cal?
It was a budgeted amount. We were, I believe Ron Caponera put in up to $1 million for the voting machines.
Okay, so did we have a motion?
I made it, Yuri.
I'm waiting to hear no.
I'll
Yuri?
second.
Yeah, okay, Rob. Okay, so we have a,
Michael seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Cal, go with
Okay.
the
Okay.
resolution.
Yeah, the next one is just to add to our existing software. It is a petition tracking software. And when we upgraded our NTS software last year, it wasn't available yet. And so when it became available, we got it, but it became available right before petitions. And that was a couple weeks ago. So we've actually been using it. And so I'm kind of coming in after the fact, but
Have we got any questions?
I'll move it, Patsy.
Need a second?
Second, Rick.
Aye. Aye.
Carried. Is that it, Kel?
That's it, Kip.
Voting machines. If anybody, we're looking for investors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, I'd like to have Suzette Boyd up, please, for real property.
My first was looking, the data collector for this department, a temporary part-time data collector. We are currently working on 2022 reval, and we are running a bit behind for with the Ghent part of the project. It's important that we finish together because they do share a village. So I'm asking for temporary help to finish that process so that valuation can be done in a timely manner.
Just let everybody know it's 15 hours per week. It's $17.58 an hour. So it's not the end of the world here.
I'll move it, Patsy.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Thank you. And I have one other resolution request, and this is one that I bring before this board every year. It has to do with the way that we display our online assessment and inventory data. We use a company, Systems Development Group, SDG, and that data has been very useful to the public, title searchers, you name it. And every year our number of logins and number of parcels viewed increases. So it's very beneficial to have this. So I would like to renew that, that contract with them again this year. The cost is, I believe, $5,100, and it is budgeted.
we need a motion.
I'll move it, Michael.
Second, Rick.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, this is a little out of the norm, but I think we're going to move Bill Better in for next up for for historian. He's usually last, but not tonight, Bill.
Has to unmute.
Is he there?
Bill, you gotta unmute, hon.
He never sounded better.
Good way to go, Ricky. Jesus.
Nope, you're still muted, Bill. You gotta hit the little microphone at the
Oh,
bottom.
there we go.
There
Listen,
you go.
you know, I when I was in law school, we were taken around the library, and one day the librarian said, you know, when you become lawyers, there will come a time in your life where you will have nothing but a computer in front of you, and you won't have books, and you won't have anything else. And I said, poppycock, and that's never going to happen. So I was a reluctant participant in all that stuff. So I have a few things to advise you. Rob Fitzsimmons, are you on the call?
Yep, I'm here, Bill.
Good. So as I discussed, one of our most recent meetings that I attended, I sent a draft of a 501c3 certificate of incorporation to Mr. Fitzsimmons for his review. He has reviewed it and commented, and I'll let him respond to his opinion on that as a county attorney.
Yeah, so Bill wants to start a 501c3, which is a charitable corporation, which would allow the historical projects that the board may want to sponsor to happen through donations. Did some research, got some opinions from the New York State Comptroller's office, and it is a proper and appropriate vehicle for this type of thing to happen. So Bill can detail out how it's going to operate, but I have no objection or issue with the formation of the corporation.
What I would do, municipalities are prohibited from soliciting donations. You know, you can't, because it smacks of asking for a gift in return for some kind of favor. So you're prohibited from doing that. So what you do is you have like an intermediary. And in this case, if you have a 501c3, there's actually one in Hillsdale, which is geared towards the old Hillsdale Toll House. And that is the model that I used. There are a couple municipalities that are already interested in using this, and I'll use Ron Knott as an example. In the town of Stuyvesant, they have a railroad station, and they have a small amount of funds, and because they're a municipality, they can't go out and solicit, but they receive donations, and Ron currently uses the Scenic Hudson as the intermediary for this. And what happens is they collect a 5% fee. And so, and it's also a somewhat cumbersome thing for Ron to get his money. For example, they have like $8,000 right now, and they would like to use it to fix their railroad station. What I propose is that we have our own 501c3 that can solicit funds, grants, donations, and whether it's for the parsonage in Germantown, the railroad station in Stuyvesant, or the shore or the bridge in Clorvik, that's the type of thing it will be for. And it gets around the prohibition that municipalities have, but of soliciting donations, and it would be less cumbersome than relying on, for example, Scenic Hudson, which, as Ron would be happy to tell you, costs 5% and takes a great deal of time.
Bill, actually, I'm sorry, it's Open Space Institute.
Open Space, sorry.
And they get 7.5%.
Sorry, they're more expensive. So they charge like a management fee. So what I did, I had a preliminary conversation with Mike Tucker at CEDC to help with this, because he's right in town and he has essentially accounting services for it. But it's just a pass through. And Ron uses Open Space, and I apologize for saying Scenic Hudson, but what Ron has told me in the past is that it's very cumbersome to use them.
So do we need a motion on this, Bill? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, actually, Rob
Okay.
says, well, tell him, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an independent corporation, so, and it would be independent directors serving without any salary or payment for their services. So basically, we're not creating it here. So it's not an action that the board needs to take. Bill just needs your blessing, so to speak. So maybe a motion of approval.
Well, I think we've talked about this, for the last 6 months, Bill, and I think I agree with you. If you can get money to help do what you need to get done, I think it's the only way to go.
Yeah.
So I agree to that. It's my
I
blessing.
have one question though, Bill.
Yeah.
This 501c3 is not going to be charging any kind of a management fee?
Well, unless Mike Tucker charges a management fee if we use him for like a big project, but otherwise I would say no.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I thank you for doing this.
No
And
problem.
Mike,
Yeah, my
Anybody else?
blessing, Bill.
I need all the blessings I can get.
All right.
I know that.
so we need a motion
Judge,
of
I think you're all
approval
set.
to go ahead?
No.
Yes, we do. We need a
Okay, I'll
motion.
make the motion of approval to go ahead.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
There you go, Bill.
I just want to report on two other things very briefly. One, I think the county government committee should be aware that Sherry Franks has done an absolutely incredible job of helping set up a website for the county historian. And it will be, when I say we, all the historians in the county participate in an organization where we have periodic meetings, and that site will be available to all the different historians throughout the county. We had our every other month meeting this afternoon. Several dozen people attended, and I can't tell you what a fabulous reception that Sherry's work got. She has done an amazing job. We're going to be able to post videos. We're going to be able to post all kinds of information about historic sites and have a calendar with historic activities. And as we kind of open up from this pandemic, I have to tell you, this will be a really wonderful thing. So I want to, the board, the county government committee should know what a great job Sherry did. And likewise, what we're doing with Sherry, and hopefully the planning department, is we have Google Maps, which has been used by the county for broadband purposes, which is also being made available for tourism purposes. And we're going to have historic sites superimposed on that as well. So for example, if you're driving through the town of Clorvik and you type in on Google Sites, historic sites near me, it will populate and you could drive by and see all these things. So it's just amazing what can be done with technology. But Sherry has really been a wonderful form of assistance, and I can't thank the Board of Supervisors enough for that.
Okay. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you all very much.
Okay, Bill. Thank you very
Thanks a
much.
lot. Take care.
All right.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks.
Up next, we have Human Resources.
Good evening, how's everyone?
Good
I just
evening,
have one
Michael. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I just have one resolution to present tonight. It's requesting the authorization for my office to offer the Summer Youth Employment Program this summer. Certainly, most of you are very well aware of how important this program is. It not only brings an opportunity for us to be able to express to our youth within the county the employment opportunities that exist within Columbia County, but also offer an amazing opportunity for them to get firsthand experience, some of which challenge college credits. You know, some of these people become future county employees. It's a really great opportunity for them. So, you know, as the county, and certainly, you know, Mr. Better touched upon it, as the county is coming back and kind of reopening after this pandemic, I think we're going to have some serious issues over the summertime with our department heads when you're going to have a significant amount of staff that have a lot of accrual time that they are going to want to eventually take once they are able to. We have departments that are suffering from, you know, a number of people out on family medical leave, some COVID related, some not, vacancies from individuals who have left. And as the offices are reopening and the things around them are starting to reopen, a lot of additional administrative duties and external duties are being put on the departments in order to get back up to square one. So the most significant need for this program this year is going to be focusing in a lot of more of the external type departments, such as, say, facilities or a highway department or solid waste. Certainly our health department is going to be able to utilize with the expansion of smaller pods and assisting the school districts with pods right on the school premises. They're going to need volunteers. So this is perfect for them, the controller's office, and then certainly, you know, our general population. So I'm just here tonight respectfully requesting consideration as we approach the summer to potentially put this very important program back into place this summer.
So are you asking for a vote on this, Michael?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm asking if you, oh, I'm sorry.
Because I have nothing in front of me. So
I would like to make a motion to readopt the summer youth program.
I need a second.
Patsy second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well, can I just, before we vote, I just wanted to say that at the Finance Committee meeting next week, we will be proposing putting the money back in for the program through a resolution. So, but we wanted to do it this meeting to get, at least so we can get it started and get information out to the supervisors so they could start doing recruitment.
Okay.
And
All right.
number of kids already reach out, and we've kind of informed them that just to kind of wait and see, you never know, we might be able to, and it would be really great to see this program back up and running. So thank you very much for your support on this.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Have a nice evening, everyone.
You too.
So wait, you had a motion and a second. You got to do
So-
all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I think we did it. But that, yep, there we are, Kelly. You good?
Okay. Yeah, we're good to go.
So am I going to read, I have right now, I got two more things going on, a hunting resolution. I don't know if the board, if some of you guys have seen all this. Matt, would you like me to read what I have, or are you going to do it, or how you want to play this?
Well, Rob Fitzsimmons is on the call. I'd like Rob to jump in.
There you
Sure,
go.
I can jump in. So what the legislature passed through special legislation is an amendment to the environmental conservation law, which opens up a youth hunting program. For the county to allow it, you have to pass a local law opting into the program. And what it would do is allow 12 and 13-year-olds who are licensed hunters to hunt deer with a rifle, shotgun, or muzzle-loading firearm in the hunting seasons where those are permitted. Also, they could use a crossbow where crossbow season's open, and it requires the supervision of an adult hunter 21 years of older with at least 3 years experience who maintains physical control over the youth at all time. And it requires the youth adult hunter to both wear pink or orange fluorescent clothing while they hunt, and they have to remain at ground level, so no tree stands. those are the conditions. And Kelly was able to get a proposed local law, which came through from NISAC and NICOM, I believe. So we are all ready to go. If the supervisors wanted to adopt that, what we would do is we would set up for public hearing at your May meeting and have a public hearing and then adopt the law.
Anybody have any questions?
I would like to make a motion to move that to public hearing.
So I'll second. All,
I have a question.
Yep.
The,
You froze, Rick.
We lost you, Rick.
It's really windy out and people are losing their connection.
Well, it's either the answer is yes or no, Rick. It's no. Okay, next.
it has to be a family member?
Hey, Rick, you cut
froze. We
out on
didn't
us.
hear you.
Yeah, I see that.
It
Can
does
you ask
not,
your question again?
it does not have to be a family member. It just has to be, the language is an adult mentor with 3 years experience.
and Rob, doesn't that person have to have a hunting license also?
That's
Yes.
correct, yes.
Yep.
So they have taken the course and they have the experience,
Yep.
the classes that they have to take to hunt.
Yep, a licensed hunter with a minimum of 3 years experience.
You're right.
I will say that we've received several letters from sportsmen's clubs supporting this. When I say it's from Columbia County Sportsmen's organizations.
There's
Am I back?
You back, Rick?
Yeah, Rick's back.
Okay.
Well, I would like to say, if from experience, everybody, and I know it doesn't think of it, but I was small, 12-year-old, 14-year-old boy years ago when I shot my first partridge. I think it was 14. I was legal to hunt then, and it was the most exciting thing of my life. So I know people don't hunt, and I know people do hunt. So it is nice to get out in the woods, no matter whether you hunt or not, just to be out there. So I think this is a good law for these young kids, and you have my backing on this whole thing. So I do have a first and a second, so I need a right? I have first and second.
Yeah.
Kelly?
all in favor.
All in favor? Yeah, that's what I didn't know.
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? Carried. Okay. And last but not least, tonight we have Ron Knott would like to talk about the Shepherd's Run resolution.
Hey, Kippy, that's not last.
that?
We do have Sue Tiano on after Ron.
Okay.
She's not on the schedule. I told you at the beginning she's
No,
gonna
that's
come
right.
on.
And
Okay.
don't remember
Yeah.
that. I know, Kelly. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, so before we have last but not least, Sue, we'll listen to Ron Knott.
So I've worked with Supervisor Mettler from Copake on this resolution. She had asked the Board of Supervisors to consider supporting their efforts to oppose the Shepherd's Run solar project. And I know many of you are certainly in favor of solar, and I think many of us can agree to that. The gist of this resolution is that what we're trying to object to is the fact that the local municipality is using home rule authority in order to regulate the solar projects that come in their town. And this project is happening now in Copake, but it could well happen in any of our towns anytime soon. And so I've been supportive of that concept and talked with Jeannie a number of times about this. And so we developed this resolution similar to what their town had done, but trying to stay it from the Board of Supervisors. And I just thought that we would bring it through county government, see what everybody's feeling was. It's just a resolution stating our concerns on this, but it's certainly an important issue to them, and it could be an important issue to a lot of us. So I present that to the committee for consideration. That's it.
Anybody have any comments?
I think this is a good thing for us to do. I think we should be sticking together and helping each other out when we can. And I look at this and what can possibly happen here in Germantown. We're doing solar zoning now, and we're facing all these issues, and we're mindful of what's going on in Copake. So I can certainly get behind this and support Copake.
And Rob, I think that was the discouraging part. And a lot of us towns have already spent a lot of time doing solar regulations. And then the state comes along and supersedes those regulations.
And that's part of what we're working on in our workshops. You know, we're doing all kinds of stuff, all right, that's a real legal phrase. But, you know, we're also reminded that the state, a very large project can come in here and just run right over us.
Right.
So we do need to step up for Copake on this one.
If I could, I really believe that home rule needs to be respected. And we've had conversations early on with Supervisor Mettler and Supervisor Knott about home rule and the fact that if a community like Copake doesn't want something, we need to respect that. Just like if another community wants solar, we should respect that as well, as long as their elected officials and their public support it. And so I'm all for this resolution.
What is Part BBB of the 21 budget?
So that is the part that eliminated them from complying with seeker regulations. Normally, any project, even the Article 10 process and the original Article 94C process, respected seeker. Almost everybody's project always has to look at environmental impacts, and the state has now adopted a new regulation that eliminates these large solar projects from having any seeker review at all.
Which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Exactly.
When you step back and look at it, every project we do basically has to go through this kind of review. This is one of the largest environmental impact projects you can do, and they don't have to go through that process. Makes no sense whatsoever.
And I do know, I mean, I spoke to Senator Jordan about this, who's also spoke to Copake, and Jeannie Mettler has spoken to Dee Barrett. And so it's a bipartisan support. Both of those state officials do believe that this is wrong as well, too. I would go out on a limb and say.
Anybody else have anything? I need a motion.
I'll make the motion, Bureau.
Second, Morel.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. We'll support it. It's a good idea.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much from Copake.
Sorry, Jeannie, I didn't know you were here, but yes.
Yeah,
Well, it's Copake now, but it could be somebody else down the road. So you're right. We got to do something
Yeah.
like that.
on that secret exemption, it was really disturbing and alarming the way it happened too, because we were told, don't worry about that. That's not going to be in the budget. And right up until the end, we were concerned about that new law that says that the town doesn't get to determine the assessment. We have to go by a state formula for assessment. So we were concerned about that. It looked like we were losing on that, and we did, but we didn't know. Nobody seemed to know that this secret exemption had been put back into the law apparently at the last minute. That's why it's BBB, and that was pretty disturbing to hear. So thank you very much for your support.
You're welcome, Gene. Okay, everybody, I have Sue from Weights and Measures. I think she's in the wing somewhere.
I'm here.
Here we are.
What I want to bring up is I'm going to need a new prover. The one I have, I don't need it this year, but I'm going to put it in the budget for next year. Mine will not pass certification when it comes up due in November due to leakage that can't be repaired or replaced. It's obsolete. And plus the state won't allow me to use it either when it goes up for recertification. So I just want to put that out there. It's going to be probably about $40,000 to replace that. And I believe it's from 1950, the one we have. So I think it's fine.
Can you explain for everyone what a prover is or what it does?
I take the prover. It's a measurement unit. It's on a trailer. And the capacity is 100 gallons. And I test oil trucks to make sure that they're compliant with what they're dispensing to the customer. And I also use it at the airport for AV gas and jet fuel. But it's mainly for the local oil companies that I do this.
Mhm.
So, and another option is, and I don't know if we should go this way or not, is to have them go to Summers in Albany, and I can oversee their testing up there, which would cost them, I believe, about $150. Rensselaer County does that because they have so many trucks. We don't have that many trucks, but another option is Valley Oil is looking, they did buy a prover. They're looking to get it certified by the state, and that would take care of probably 13 trucks less that I would have to test. So we're talking maybe another 11 trucks that would have to go to Summers. So there's options there without having to go out and, you know, paying $30,000, $40,000 for a unit.
So Sue, can I ask you, if Valley gets one and they get it certified, can we contract with them to do other trucks in the county?
Well, there's a thing called competition, and we see that there when we go there and talk to other companies that they don't want to go there.
Okay.
So,
But you're gonna bring this up for the budget for this year, right, Sue?
yes, I am. I
Okay.
have a quote. I'm going to get it requoted for this year. And then I'll put in what the options could be and how much they cost. My only issue is that Summers is selling the business. And if he decides to retire, which he has, that if he continues with the business or he sells it or closes down completely, then the next closest place is in Utica to get him certified. So then I'll also talk to Greene County. Maybe we can split something. You know, that's another option. Because
See
it's
what we
only,
can find out, Sue.
yeah, it can
How
only.
old did you say that the current paper is? Because it sounds like they last a long time. So even though it's expensive, if it lasts another 30 years, maybe it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that I only use it 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
So unless a truck gets repaired, but it takes me about 2 to 3 weeks to test the trucks that I have in my jurisdiction. So,
Now, do you only check them once a year, Sue, or is it a couple times?
yes, or unless they have a repair to their meter.
Yeah.
But I haven't had that happen. They only run from September to like April a lot.
Got you. Yeah.
So Sue, let me suggest that when, pretty soon we'll be asking for budget numbers from the departments. But
Right.
put down the options in a proposal, whether it's purchase or sending the trucks elsewhere. And
Right.
we as a board can make that decision moving forward.
Right, and I'm gonna talk to Lance over in Catskill and see if, maybe we can partner on something.
That would be great.
Yep.
And so, okay,
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
all right,
Thank you.
bye.
All right. Do we have anything else that wants to come before the board? All right. Then I need a motion to adjourn.
Before we go, can I throw something in there?
See, Ron, you're a little late. That's all right. We'll accept
I'm
it.
almost asleep at the wheel. I did talk to Chris Watts today in regards to foreclosures, and he said he would be back in May. It's our understanding that the clause order will probably expire on May 1st, as we thought some months ago. We haven't heard that it's going to be extended anyway, so we're keeping our eye on that so that we can move back into the foreclosure process. But Chris said he'd be here next month, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else? All right. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody. It was nice
Good night,
chatting with you
everybody.
again.
See ya.